mutual waiver and release of liability, retraction of OSHA claim, and claims arising from non-compete agreement. In exchange for the promises and commitments set forth in this agreement, Lochridge, OceanGate, and OceanGate's owners, investors, attorneys, agents, employees, affiliates, and subsidiaries hereby forever waive and release all claims they have or may have against one another, whether known or unknown, asserted or unasserted, except those obligations arising out of this agreement. Lochridge, I'll jump down, there's stuff in there. It's not that it's not irrelevant, but Lochridge specifically agrees to withdraw the OSHA claim and not support it in any further hearing or proceeding, and will not voluntarily testify in support of his OSHA claim or any other or future OSHA claim against OceanGate. OceanGate hereby releases Lochridge from the non-compete agreement appearing in David Lochridge's employee intellectual property agreement, and all claims arising from said non-compete agreement or breaches of the same and are hereby released. The rest and remainder of David Lochridge's employee intellectual property agreement shall remain in full force and effect following the execution of this agreement, subject to all time limitations set forth in the intellectual property agreement, e.g. the non-raiding agreement, by its terms as binding on Lochridge for 12 months following the end of his employment. OceanGate covets and agrees it has not contacted Vulcan Maritime or any representative thereof or any representative of MY Octopus or any of Paul Allen Company regarding any non-disclosure agreements between David Lochridge and Vulcan. OceanGate covets and agrees that it will not in the future contact Vulcan Maritime or any representative thereof and or any representative of MY Octopus or any of Paul Allen Company regarding any non-disclosure agreements between David Lochridge and Vulcan. OceanGate covets and agrees that it has not contacted nor will contact US immigration authorities with any information related to Lochridge visa applications. Nor will OceanGate contact any potential creditors of Lochridge, including ex-spouses or previous employers, with information on his current and past earnings and financial status. OceanGate specifically agrees that it will not make any statements or take any other actions accusing David Lochridge of theft of OceanGate property. Each party agrees and covets to the other that he or it will not make any statements or take any other actions to disparage, defame, or compromise the reputation of the other party in any forum. Lochridge covenant and agree that neither has disclosed and will not in the future disclose, nor will they permit their attorney to disclose, any information about OceanGate, whether or not such information is confidential in nature or a trade secret, to any third party unless legally required to do so, e.g., pursuant to a lawful subpoena, save only that Lochridge may disclose the dates of employment and his position at OceanGate to potential employers only. Lochridge represent, warrant, and covenant that neither of them has any copies, whether in paper, electronic, or other form, of any confidential information of OceanGate, including without limitation any copies of David Lochridge's Cyclops 2 Quality Inspection Report, dated January 18, 2018, or any drafts thereof, save only the redacted copy provided by OceanGate to OSHA in its responsive letter dated March 15, 2018, and the documentary information disclosed by OceanGate in the litigation pursuant to the laydown rules of the Rules of Civil Procedure, documentary laydown. Lochridge covenant that within 3 days of dismissal of this litigation, they will destroy and instruct their counsel to destroy all copies of the documentary laydown by OceanGate. David Lochridge covets that the declaration attached hereto and dated November 9, 2018, constitutes, to the best of his memory, the entirety of his communications from and after January 1, 2017, with persons relating to the safety issues concerning Cyclops 2, Titan, and the technology upon which it's based, accepting only communications with officers and employees of OceanGate and privileged communications with attorneys for the purpose of resolving this matter. David Lochridge specifically covets that other than the communications listed in the attached declaration, He never instigated or had any involvement with the communications questioning OceanGate's testing policies and procedures for Cyclops 2 Titan, or the business plans of OceanGate. The parties agree that damages in the event of a breach of this obligation or representation in paragraph 3 and 4 of this agreement are difficult to estimate and would be difficult to prove. As liquidated damages and not as a penalty, therefore, the parties agree that any violation of paragraphs 3 or 4 hereof shall result in an award of liquidated damages in the amount of $10,000 per occurrence.
Sir, I'd like to just stop you there for